All right, Vikings bringing in yet another head coach to fill the hole. Welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus show. I'm One Bar with Lupagus. Lupagus, we got a little bit of news.
We do. The Vikings adding one more name to the long list of head coaching candidates. Before we jump deep into Raheem Morris, remember to subscribe to our channel, like the vids. We are trying to get to 5,000 subscribers very, very soon. And when we do, you will get entered into a drawing for a One Bar and Lupagus swag that includes a Vikings jersey of your choice, One Bar and Lupagus hoodie, One Bar and Lupagus hat. How do you get that? Hashtag skull in your hole. Comment
And
any
subscribe.
video.
Yes.
Well, and subscribe. You have to be a subscriber.
Raheem Morris, a very familiar name in the NFL, is getting an interview with the Minnesota Vikings. Before we talk about that, let's talk about one other thing. The fact that they're still bringing new guys into the mix. If you're hoping for a Brian Daboll, Byron Leftwich, one of those guys, it's still possible. Still possible. They're bringing new guys into the mix.
The dream is definitely still alive. Raheem Morris, somebody really wasn't linked to the Vikings at all until just today. Honestly, the initial impression, this doesn't overly excite me. Look at his career coaching record: 3-13 the first year with the Bucs. Then he was 10-6, 4-12, and he was interim for the Falcons when Dan Quinn was let go, finishing at 4-7. But I do believe, was he not the head coach when they absolutely destroyed us in week 5 of last? I should say 2 seasons ago now. 6.
You know what? I don't even remember, but he got his. I mean, he took over. John Gruden gets fired. Raheem Morris takes over for Tampa for 3 years. Not a very great team. I believe that was the years of like Josh Freeman. Their defense, I think, was maybe not overly fantastic. But his overall coaching record, 21-38, took over for Dan Quinn when he got fired. And then after that, he went where? Like Washington.
Where careers go to die.
And then at Washington, he since then he's obviously the Rams defense coordinator. Maybe it was that beautiful display last night. We're like, we got to have this guy. We're calling him. We need him in the in-house, but he's got a pretty damn good defense he's working with too.
Well, and I'm going to use what you've always said about Kellen Moore, about how he's loaded with weapons, and I feel that way about Raheem Morris over there in Los Angeles. He got Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Robert Quinn, a bunch of other guys, and that defense is loaded. It's stacked. So how much of that reflects on the coach, how much reflects on the talent that's there, I think that is definitely a question worth asking.
Absolutely. I do like Raheem Morris basically just because he's been around. Players seem to like him. And we got to get off this whole thing where, he's defensive. We need offense. We need somebody that's going to talk to the players, maybe talk to the GM. We need a players coach. We need somebody that they're going to like, somewhere they're going to want to come play for. So I'm loosening my tone on it needs to be offense. I don't care who it is. I just want to be good.
I 100% agree. We need a leader of men is what we need in here. Someone who...
Man, that should be a movie.
Yeah, I think it is on Pornhub. But, I don't care. Like you said, if he's offense or defense, he's got to be that leader. He's got to be that guy who connects with the players, which is something clearly we haven't had here in a long time in Minnesota. And then you get in a strong offensive coordinator, let him do his thing. Obviously, Raheem Morris will have his defensive scheme in here, but, get someone to run it and then oversee the entire operation. Don't just focus on one side. And if he's a true leader, this needs to come down to the interview. I mean, who's going to interview best? Who is going to really show the Wilfs that they're the guy who needs to take the Minnesota Vikings to the next level?
Yeah, I'm surprised. This is actually his first interview request for Raheem Morris. He's been a guy that ever since Tampa Bay has just kind of been hidden a little bit, but come to the forefront with the Rams and with that defense. I was surprised that I'm not going to pretend I've watched a ton of Rams games and watched their defense, but they were ranked 17th overall. I don't know. And they're pretty good against the run. They got some damn good players.
Yeah, I think they just kind of been up and down. They've had some great performances, had some bad ones. Last night they're definitely shooting on all cylinders, but you look at a week ago against the San Francisco 49ers, blowing a big lead and ultimately losing that game. So a defense that, ranking middle of the league and definitely has highs and lows, not playing overly consistent this year.
Yeah, I'd say Raheem Morris on my excitement meter is probably about probably about right here.
Yeah,
he's not all the way down, but not overly excited. If they're going defense, if they want a lead or whatever, I mean, Dan Quinn's the guy. Dan Quinn is the guy to get.
Yeah, I mean, he's also very low on my list, but if they make that decision, then I'm going to support him and I'm going to be excited about Raheem Morris because that's the way I do. That's how the Vikings, the purple juices flow inside me.
purple juices, and maybe Raheem Morris will have purple juices flowing inside of him as well. Let us know in the comments. What do you think of Raheem Morris? Are you excited? Does this give you anxiety? Let us know.
All right, and while you're thinking of that, remember this: dogs sometimes fake injuries and illnesses just to get extra attention and treats, and so do I.